Hello and welcome to another episode of the Movie Garage. We're on episode 24 now, and this is another movie review show. Movie review that we're doing this week is a pick from Gary's other half, which was Girl Trip. Did you manage to get it watched, dude?
I did.
Yeah? Early thoughts?
So much fun. Honestly,
Yeah.
joke level wise, it's incredible.
Yeah.
That, like we were saying then, that Tiffany Haddish, did you say?
Yes, that's the one.
She's out of this world in this.
Yeah. Oh, God, yeah.
I mean, out of this, she goes full, like, fair play to her because she goes full in this.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No messing. Yeah. So if you haven't seen it, it is from 2017. We won't do spoilers in this first little bit. We'll just tell you what we thought about it. Yeah. So it's from like 2017. It's called Girl Trip. Obviously, it's about four girls who I think they went to high school together, didn't they? And
Yeah.
used to be best friends. Now it's about 15, 20 years later. They get together and go to New Orleans for a bit of a mad weekend. And hilarity ensues. It's a comedy, obviously. It's kind of been done about 20, 30 times before, hasn't it? Even like with these exact same characters that you see in this movie. It's been done like over and over again. This is the black female version of that kind of like trip movie where ridiculous things happen.
Yeah.
But it's a good one. It's a really
it's quite interesting you say it's kind of been done because it definitely has been. But what's kind of interesting about this is it puts, like, and all these other films that kind of done this before, there's a lot of lad jokes.
Yeah.
Whereas this puts you on the opposite side of it.
Definitely. Yeah.
And I imagine it's how girls feel when they're watching lad films.
Yeah.
You feel
there's
so
a lot of
awkward because
female
the joke
jokes
is that full on.
Yeah.
That you are awkwardly laughing at these jokes a little bit, and I think that's the difference. They've done it that well. They've completely spun it on its head.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
done it really well.
Because, like I say, I mean, it's done. It's been done about 4 or 5 times before, but like the other 4 times have all just been 4 dudes doing it. So like it's been American Pie or The Hangover and stuff like that. And they've even got the same version of the characters in this movie, haven't they? Which is like, there's always the one that's like a bit loud and garish and you can't really fucking take anywhere. There's always the successful one, there's always the unsuccessful one, there's always the one that's like unhappy in the marriage. And it's very much the same format that's been done before, but it's done really well. And I'm really not tired of the format though. Like I sound like I'm moaning about it, but I actually really enjoy all versions of those movies. This is definitely a brilliant example of them.
Yeah, when they've done that well, it really is, and they got the story of it really. They got it really well. I thought, like,
yeah, it seemed like there's a lot more plot in this movie than we've seen in them previously, which was really good.
Yeah, there definitely was what they called it because they got themselves the Flossy Posse.
Flossy Posse. I could have done without that, to be honest. That was like one of the most American things ever. And obviously, like they got it in every single time that they could, didn't they? Called the Flossy Posse, which is what they called themselves in like high school. Obviously, like they bring it back for this new reunion.
But there's yeah, like you said, the whole balance of the 4 characters was so brilliant, like so really well done.
Yeah.
Like it worked so well in the just the madness, like, because you see films that are just crazy mad, but they've done it with words and small actions, and it's so clever.
Yeah, and it's surprisingly classy. It sounds a bit bad to say that because most of these are like really, really like get really trashy really quick, don't they? And there's like a couple of bits in it that are like that, but they're like that on purpose to take you away from like how classy these women actually are in it, which is kind of like the point of it, which is really well done. So there's like you mentioned there, like Tiffany Haddish plays basically Stifler, doesn't she? She's the Stifler or the Alan of the group, who is like just so far out there, it's ridiculous. And that's like a character that you can easily get wrong. If you go too far with that, then people will just hate you straight away, and it'll really take you out of the film. But she does such a good job, and she is like so extreme, but in the right way. It's just great. She's so good to watch in it.
Yeah, she is. It's absolutely like so gripping to watch. But I think they all mold the characters really well.
Yeah.
Like, there's such a switch in Jaden Pinkett Smith's character, because she's obviously, like you say, they've got older, and she's a mum character now.
Yeah, that's it.
And she tries to portray the mum, but once the movie moves on, you see her falling back into her old
starts
like,
to loosen up a bit.
high school self, really, and start to really let loose a little bit, and that kind of thing's really good to watch too. You know, the way that these the characters kind of just completely change through the film, because some are quite serious, but once it gets really into it and the fun really starts, then it flips their characters right round again, and that's really fun.
Yeah, like you said though, they all gel really well, and all the characters work really well, and all the actresses portraying them work really well. It's like so one of them movies, you know, when you watch it and you just think, God, I actually hope these guys are all friends in real life. Because you could tell that they definitely got on, because I don't think a film like this would work if the actresses were all warring behind the scenes and then had to like come together and try, because they're really believable as friends. And I don't think you'd be able to pull that off if you were like, if we turn the camera, if like we stopped recording and then just hated each other. I don't think this is the kind of thing that would work, and I don't think this movie would work at all.
Yeah, that's a great point, actually, because you definitely got that feel through. I mean, the whole film too. You kind of get the point through the whole film. It's like, if one was in trouble in real life, you know, they'll all be there together. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and that's really well captured.
Yeah, they did feel like actual mates, not just people playing people who were supposed to be mates, which they got across really well. One of the other things I didn't really like about the film was the corny voiceovers. It does my head in. And it started with like one introducing them all and saying how meaningful it all was and stuff like that. It's just like, you don't need to do that. Just have like a few clips of you when you were teenagers, or even like looking back through pictures going, oh, that was a good time. Remember this? Like, you don't need to do the big, oh, this is what we did. We experienced this together. That like really, really pisses me off. but probably the only thing that I didn't like about this film was that, because it was done so well. That and Flossy Posse. Flossy Posse could have fucked off. but besides that, like what a great movie. I think it was so much fun. I was watching it in my car, like so I started watching it like on my dinner. So yeah, you can imagine how embarrassing that was. You've heard my laugh before. You people watching this have probably heard my laugh a couple of times, but when it goes off proper, it's ridiculous. So I was sat in a car in a boiling hot sun with the windows down, and about 3 people asked if I was all right. So that's my that's now my benchmark for a good film. Watch it in work with people walking past. How many people check if you're okay?
I've got a funny feeling that there's a couple parts that we'll chat about that you must have absolutely lost it.
There definitely was. There was a couple of really, really big, like, screaming laugh moments. Yeah. So shall we move on now and get a little bit of spoiler, because there's some bits that I definitely want to do. So if you've not seen it, go away, watch Girl Trip now, come back and watch the second half of the video, because we're going to do some spoilers in a minute. So you've been warned. Turn it off now if you've not seen it. There are 2 key phrases from this film that are going to stay with me for my entire life. One of them is, I'm going to get white girl wasted this weekend, which was just fucking marvelous. It was like, yeah, we all know straight off exactly what that means. And the second one is grapefruiting. When she explains to her what grapefruiting is and then does a demonstration.
Yes.
Banana. That was nearly the fucking end of me. And then later on in the film, where she comes out and gets a grapefruit and then comes back and gets a second one. Oh my god.
The guy's meant to be huge.
Yeah, shit, man. There's even a bit in the
Oh.
credits where she's took a picture of it and she's showing him. Did you see that? The end credits. She's like, damn, that's a beautiful penis. And one of them goes, I want that as my wallpaper. And I don't mean on my phone.
No.
So, holy
But
crap.
that
That's so
scene,
good.
that scene, I was actually having my dinner
Oh,
in work in the canteen,
superb.
and it's not just a little bit, is it? She actually fully shoves a banana in her mouth.
Yeah.
And does that action.
Oh yeah.
For
yeah,
a long time.
She goes for like a fucking full-on porn audition in that little bit. It's just insane.
I absolutely loved the I loved the bit of where they're at the P Diddy concert.
Oh my
and she
God.
wants to get on stage and she's like straight off.
Yeah, straight away. She's got tassels on her nipples, hasn't she?
Yeah.
But she ends up getting up. She ends up getting up and having a dance with him, which is really, really good.
Oh, that got me though. It really did.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. Like we were saying before, there's like with that character who's like mega extreme, it could be really easy to go too far with her, but I don't think they did. She's like proper foul mouth and opinionated, but in such a brilliant way.
The whole when she gets them that strong drink,
Absinthe, yeah.
That whole scene
In the
where
club,
they're in the club and the tripping is absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, because her agent has a drink as well, doesn't she?
Yeah.
And then they're having an interview, and they're supposed to be. Oh my God, that bit really got me.
So funny, especially when Queen Latifah's. She thinks she's getting off this guy, and it ends up being a lamp.
She's dry boning that lamp. Yeah, that is so good. Oh, what else? I'm just trying to think of like bits that really, really got me. The bit on the rope swing where she gets stuck.
Oh God! And she's like, I really need to pee.
Oh my God, that was fucking hilarious.
And the last one goes down after it, don't she?
Yeah. I like the dance off as well. I thought that was done really, really well. So they're in a club and they meet the guy who one of their husbands is. They meet the girl who one of their husbands is cheating with, and there's like four of them, and they end up having a dance off in this club, don't they? But it's really, really well done. So like the younger girls are all there twerking and doing all this fucking horrible shit that's kind of just come out, but then obviously like the older women who've just got back for this weekend are doing like proper like 80s 90s style dancing, and that bit really was like, that's fucking brilliant the way that they've done that. That was so good.
Yeah, there's so many great bits that just absolutely make you chuckle though. Like we saying, like there's so many films that have done this, but because you're doing it and you're chuckling at things that just you don't normally, that you wouldn't expect yourself to be watching something and laughing so hard at this kind of, you know what I mean? Like,
no, yeah, exactly.
Like proper laughing, like you said. I was when I was on my dinner, I had to hold it in, you know, because I'm just as bad as you, and I've gone. So
I mean, I think it could have been easy for a movie like this to put a lot of guys off, and I wouldn't be surprised if it did, like just by the title, but it shouldn't, because it is genuinely fucking hilarious. It was brilliant. Every single one of the women in it really, really did make me belly laugh at different points throughout the film, and then the way they get. The way they're interacting with one another, that bit where they have to change motels, because they end up getting kicked out, and there's a tramp who ends up coming to
Oh,
the room because it's where he
yeah.
normally meets his hooker. And then it was just so unexpected. They end up getting him out of the room and then turn round and he flashes him at the window, doesn't he? And it was just kind of a minute. It really, really was just, holy shit. Oh, just brilliant. Absolutely.
There's another bit that cracked me up is where Jaden Pinkett Smith's character, she's kissing the guy in the bathroom. And she's like, yeah, but we're going to have to move your arm. And he's like, that's not my arm.
She panics and sends him home because it's just massive. Literally all the jokes as well surrounding how big his dick is really have me in fucking stitches. Like when they're shouting at her. And the stuff they're shouting at her and stuff was just absolutely brilliant. Yeah,
definitely.
What a great film. Really, really good. So marks out of 5 for Girl Trip.
4 from me.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go like 3.5. Because the Flossie Posse bit put me off a little bit. Like, was massively Americanized. Voiceovers just really did my head in. But what a brilliant movie. It genuinely really, really made me laugh. So yeah, so I'm going to go 3.5 for that one. So it is Fran's turn to pick. My missus' turn to pick a film this month. I was expecting something that'd make me not speak to her for a month, but she's actually done us really, really well. She has picked Shallow Hal. Have you ever seen Shallow Hal?
No, I'm not.
I've seen it a good few times. It's one of her favourite movies, actually, and it is brilliant, starring Jack Black. I won't tell you that much about it. It'll make you laugh. It's a good film. Yeah, so that is pretty much us until next time. So yeah, subscribe to us on YouTube, get us downloaded on iTunes and everywhere else. You do all your social medias, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and all that kind of thing. We're the Movie Garage on all of those. So yeah, go subscribe, and thanks a lot, Gaza. That was wicked.
Yeah, thank you. Cheers, Jane.
Cheers, guys. I'll see you soon.